Doc Favors here. Welcome back to another update for this amazing company called Bellator. Guys, Happy New Year. This is the first one of the new year, so I'm excited about it. And we have some good information here. One of our dear brothers in the company posted this, so I appreciate him for doing that. And normally I give commentary throughout the videos, but this one is so good, I may just let it play. And I'll see. Let's see if we can do that. But without further ado, guys, it's important that we understand that Bellator is a serious contender in this space, and you're going to hear them talk about it. All right. So let's just get right into it right here right now.
So we're going to talk about so then how do you evaluate an opportunity? What's the first thing that you do? And here's what I believe is the first thing you have to do is ask, who is the customer? And what need does the service or product fill in society? What problem does it solve? So where is this service or product being sold where there's a customer who's actually wanting that service or product, needing that service or product, and the product itself is competitive enough to survive the commercial space, like whether it be a better car or, a different kind of basket, whatever, like a better sneaker, or what is it that this company is doing that they're giving you an opportunity to make money, but who is the customer? If you are the customer, we got a problem, because then you're going to go out and you're going to refer another person who is the customer. And what are you doing? What are you selling? You're selling money. Because if there's no one at the end somewhere that is doing something they need to do in their life, and that company provides that, and it's not just selling an opportunity to another person, an opportunity to another person. If you are the customer, then you are kind of the sucker. Because at the end of that, there is no customer. There's no customer if they can't tell you what they do and who's actually there to actually do something normal. I don't know, like get their car fixed or buy that product because they need it. A lot of times in network marketing, they're only buying it because there's an opportunity attached to it. Yeah. If it wasn't an opportunity attached to it, that company doesn't have a lot of customers, because for whatever reason, these people who are buying it, only buying it because maybe they'll make some money selling it to other people.
Right. It's all about the financial opportunity.
It's all about the financial opportunity. And that's how most companies start. They start with, let's create a compensation plan.
Then let's think about,
and then let's find what product are we selling.
Exactly.
And if that's how you actually go about starting a company, and you pick the product last, then why is that product better than what you can go to a store and buy? And yeah, they're going to have a great sales pitch about it. But at the end of the day, most of those do not hold up against, other products. They don't actually compete well enough for that product to be on the store shelf and succeed. And if you can't succeed on the store shelf, then then it's not a real business.
Right.
Yeah.
So when it comes to network marketing and crypto, now we have, a different type of a conversation, because crypto is technology. And what is technology? If I were to ask you, Connie, what's technology?
Honey, at my age, I hate to even get into that. That's why I can't do it.
Technology is like hardware, like the computer itself with the stuff that's hard in there.
Yeah.
That's technology.
Yeah.
It has certain memory chips and whatever is inside of this thing, a screen that has a certain, that is technology, but also the code, writing the code.
To me, tech is code.
It's code, you know? Yeah, for the most part code, and then you have the devices that the code lives inside of. So if you're going to have a crypto company, what problem and what need does that crypto company serve in society?
What problem does it solve?
What problem does it solve? So it's like when they released Bitcoin 2009, it sat there and then geeks were playing around with it, but it wasn't solving anything, you know? I mean, it wasn't like straight away acting it as a solution to those people, but the technology changed something very important in a digital world, in the digital economy. It's that if I'm trading with you and I'm giving you a bill, you're taking it directly from me and no one's in between that transaction. But when you move it online, we didn't have a system that could act like that. I couldn't give it direct to you. We needed, you know, the bank in the middle. We needed the Visa and MasterCard system. We needed the SWIFT. We needed SEPA. We needed the system in the middle, the middleman, for me to get it from me to you. But when they wrote the blockchain code, they managed to do it in a way where you didn't need a human in between that transaction. That's why Bitcoin went from under a penny to now 100,000, because it removed the middleman, and the middleman cost money. Yeah? Yeah, the middleman cost money. And now, because the middleman is liable, the middleman is making it hard for people to move money across the world, because the middleman is liable for the transaction. So they can actually take a loss, they can get fined. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. So it makes it harder and harder to send money, move money. So that technology solved the problem. That's why Bitcoin went from less than a penny to 100,000.
I mean, look at when you
naturally, organically.
Look at when you bought those condos. There was a bank involved.
That was amazing, but he told me it's like
that's why I bought this one. But that's why I bought here, because I could use crypto to buy it, and I didn't have to deal with
a bank.
Banks and all. It was just
that to me is like
I moved the value from me to the seller from my own device, direct to the seller without any middleman.
And that's what that moment was a big moment for me. I hadn't met anyone who bought a piece of property without a bank involved. It was weird. It was what? Like,
And the experience of that told me what the future was.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to teach others.
It was a clue. Then you have, and we were on the topic of how do you evaluate. So I was talking about technology, and we said, what is technology? Technology is code, and it's hardware, but it's code. Now, if you're getting involved in a company that's offering an opportunity, well, if they are a technology company, where's the code? How much code do they have?
Yeah.
Who wrote it? What does it do? What problem does it solve? And where's the customer? Who is the customer?
How do you vet it?
How do you vet it? And I would say 3 years ago, I didn't have the tools that I have now. That's why, for me, I think it's important to teach this. To have something really good and unique and proprietary, and to have a real opportunity, the company that's offering this, well, where's the value? Do they have code? If they're a technology company, do they have a device, or do they have code? And if they have code, like you said, who wrote it? How many lines of code are we talking about? Did they spend $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 and put a bunch of pretty things around it and then have you come in with your valuable time and then start selling this thing to other people. And then they're making money off you spending your time there, because what they did was they made you believe they had something special, but they didn't have nothing.
Exactly. And most people don't know.
So it's like, who's the customer? Do you have something unique that competes in the marketplace that you own, not someone else's stuff? Because you can put up a company by buying something from another company that has technology, but you're reselling it as a super affiliate. So you're buying it for, $120, or you're buying it for $100, then you sell it for $130, and then you take $15 and you put that into a compensation plan, and you keep $15. And what did you do? You built a website for less than $10,000, and you just put a bunch of other companies' products on there. And you get people to believe that you're the person that did it all. You didn't do nothing but build a website. You bought some compensation plan software, and you connected it all together, and then you start talking about these wonderful products that are not yours. You're just a super affiliate.
Yeah.
And then you invest your valuable time promoting really that company's product, but that guy's making money off of your time. Taking advantage of your time and energy, because he didn't.
Okay, guys, I tried to stay out of this thing, but as you can see, just by these few minutes, he's breaking down why Bellator is the juggernaut. Because we're not buying nodes for the purposes of reselling nodes. We're buying nodes because they act like shares in the company. The nodes are the switch, right? And so every transaction that come in, we get a percentage. And so I'm just telling you all the truth, man. When we talk about Bellator and why it's so important, why Bellator is really doing what it's doing now, I hope you all understand, because this is a lot of reasons why people stayed away from the network marketing space, from the multi-level marketing, home-based business, however you want to call it. But the reality is, when you bring integrity back based upon what he just said, what Micah just said, hear me. That is the integrity. That's why it's fun. That's why you see all of us like, bah, we going crazy over here, guys. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. This is why. And so I'm so thankful that they sat down to do this. Okay. And I just wanted to add that one little piece of tidbit right there for you. So let's get back to it. It's a little more.
He didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything. So you ask the question, okay, you are talking about this service here, AI service. Is it your code? Well, if it's not your code, whose code is it?
Yeah.
So you're just a middleman. Why am I spending my time selling your stuff when I could just go straight to the person delivering it, selling it from him, and cut you out? Yeah. So you need to know, does the company have code? And then, Miracle Cash and More started by building the brain of the company. We call it a switch, or we call it a core banking system. $5 million in 3 years. $5 million in 3 years of coding and writing, so that code belongs to Miracle Cash and More.
Yeah, it's ours.
It's millions of dollars. That's what every transaction that happens goes through that system. It starts with that. It starts with that. You can't fake that.
No.
Companies, a lot of times, they don't have their own switch. They don't have their own core banking system. They use someone else's. So you're paying every time a transaction happens to the company who owns that code. So the first thing to know, and I can tell you this, there's not a company that we joined in 5 years that had their own code.
No.
That did something outside of their own system, and not a company that had a license.
There's so many money games out there. So many.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not picking on one or two in particular, but they just...
Well, if you see something like, okay, there's so many that are saying they have a trading software, or they have some kind of algorithm, or they have some kind of guru that's trading, and they're paying you like 2% a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if I put money into something that's paying 2% a day, let's say I put 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
The first month, I make 6,000 off of my 10,000. The second month, I get to 42 something thousand. I can do the math on this. The third month, I'm at 60 something thousand. By month 12,
and it's
by month 12, I'm at $100 million. Somewhere around there, I'm at $100 million off 2% a day. Do you think there's going to be thousands of people in that program that are all making $100 million? And do you think that if they really had something like that, why would they need you? Exactly. They have that, they put 100 grand in it, and in a year they got 100 million. They don't need you. So anything that says that type of thing is a complete scam. Ponzi, like there's no way.
They hit a wall. You can't have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people, 20,000 people. Well, they're all earning that. At one point, they hit a wall and they can't pay that, and then, the club where that's getting very popular, the 404 club, baby, the 404.
You guys know a lot on.
Yeah. Well, you go online and do the website, and then all of a sudden, a code 404 pops up. They're gone. Website's down.
Their website's down.
Gone.
And even there are people that make money, but the money they made is from people losing things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So
you always say it. Who's paying for the party? The party's got to be paid by somebody.
yeah, and it's not from customers getting a service somewhere that they really really need.
It's money.
So with with our company that's how we started, and then there was more and more products that were built with code that we wrote. So there's millions and millions of dollars that have been invested into this company, and we own all of our own code.
We own it.
We own it, and our CRM is built by us. So that tracks the transactions from whatever platform it's coming from. It tracks all those transactions. We have the store in Amsterdam. Every time there's a transaction, it goes through our CRM system. We built that. We own that. Goes through our switch, our core banking system. The interface for our point of sale terminals, ours. And because we have that, we also did our Web3, which is Leveler, our code. It was audited by a third party. So, a company can say, we got this thing and blah, blah, blah. But when you audit that code, there's a third party company that will tell you it's real.
It's an eye opener.
It's got the security. It does what it says it does. It's like someone coming to appraise your house and says your house is worth between 100 and 110,000. There are companies in tech that will audit your code and tell the world, based on that they are a reputable audit firm, they will tell the world this code is authentic, this code is good and secure. We sign off on that. We have that. Then we have a store in Amsterdam that is transacting crypto to cash.
Very huge.
And if you handle money in Europe without a license, you will not be open many days. because they'll close you like that. So I have a document here. To operate cryptocurrency exchange and provide crypto-related financial services in Amsterdam, companies must obtain a license from the Netherlands Authority for the Financial Markets, AFM. This licensing process involves comprehensive vetting procedure to ensure compliance with financial regulations to uphold the integrity of financial system. So, the steps to the licensing process: understanding regulatory requirements, familiarize yourself with market and crypto assets regulation, MiCA, and determine which rules apply. Compile a comprehensive application that includes detailed information about your company's structure, business model, compliance measures. Develop robust anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing policies, as these are critical components of the application. So you have to have your own anti-money laundering, your own documents on how you are preventing those things from happening in your transactions in your company. You have to deliver that. Submit application to the AFM via their secure platform. AFM will conduct an initial check to ensure the application is complete. If any information is missing, you'll be asked to provide it within a specific time frame. Once the application is deemed complete, the AFM will begin a thorough assessment, which includes evaluating the company's compliance with MiCA regulations and also the integrity of its management. And the AFM may request additional information or clarification during this period. After completing the assessment of AFM, it will decide and grant or refuse the license. You will be notified of this decision. Vetting criteria: the company must have clear and transparent organizational structure, including details about ownership and control. Excuse me. Management integrity: directors and key personnel are assessed for their suitability, which includes evaluating their professional qualifications, experience, and integrity. Financial stability: the company must demonstrate financial soundness, including sufficient capital to support its operation and manage risks effectively. Compliance framework: a robust compliance framework must be in place to ensure adherence to AML and CTF regulations. This includes customer due diligence procedures, transaction monitoring, a reporting mechanism for suspicious activities. Wow. Timeline and cost: processing time. The license processing typically takes between 5 and 8 months, depending on the completeness of the application, the complexity of the business model. AFM charges €200 per hour with a maximum fee of €100,000. The total cost depends on various factors, including the quality and completeness of the application, complexity of the service. So that's the fee, but to actually pass and get the license, you have to have the technology and all of it there, or you won't pass. And you're talking about the strictest industry in the world, finance, money. So the fact that we're doing it is proof beyond anything that anyone could ever do. Like we talked about Google search. There's always going to be somebody who's probably dumber than a bag of rocks, criticizing something that they don't understand. But what I just read to you, because you're learning from this, is what it takes to be able to do what we're doing. That vetting a regular person can't do. So when people are looking for an opportunity, if they have to do their own vetting, I'm sorry, they're going to fail at it. Either they're going to get misled by somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about. They don't know how to vet. But what's great about this industry is if you have the license, you've been vetted. If you're transacting cash in the heart of Amsterdam, you've been vetted better than any company or any person can vet you because you've been vetted by the government that is making sure that we don't put money in the hands of a terrorist. You understand how tough that process is to pass?
Huge.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all hear this? This is why we was waiting till the new year to drop this type of video, guys, because the man just said, you can try to do your research. But in essence, at least what I heard, now, once again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you how to vet, tell you your process of how you make decisions on any investments opportunities. But what he just said is one of the reasons why today I've learned to take my time and to really allow corporations and institutions who have the capabilities to vet properly. So it's almost like this, if I could just make it plain simple. We used to have a saying, when the billionaires move, the millionaires move, and then the thousandaires move. And I know it may sound like a saying, well, why we can't get in where we fit in. You can, if you are allowed, or if you position yourself to be in the room with the billionaires and the millionaires. Then you can move when they move. This is where we say, why we keep saying we're in the best place at the right time. We're in the right time, in the right place, with the right people, the right company, based upon what he just read. And you all know, because I know y'all in my community. I know some of y'all gonna say, well, hey, where can we find that at? I'm on it. I'm doing the research, and I promise you, my next video probably will be sharing with you, showing you where we can go look this information up, okay? And I probably should have done that prior to, but once again, I'm in the company, I believe in the company, and we have these opportunities to get involved with something that has already been vetted. Because, okay, let me break it down like this. When he said that you can't conduct business in Amsterdam unless you've been vetted, go and research. Is it easy to do crypto investments and have companies and stores in Amsterdam? And then you're going to have your answer right there, okay? So that's just me trying to keep it simple, plain Jane, where anybody can understand it, okay? So I'm going to play a little bit more of this, and then I'll come back and we'll end it, and we'll wrap the video up.
We have it. And we have it. What's the proof? We're doing it. If we were going to try to do that business in the heart of Amsterdam without a license, they come and they put handcuffs on you within days. Days. So that is the great thing about us.
But yet
is
somebody can find, something online that's just it's simply not true. It's just somebody. You can't police the internet.
Well, okay. So even though we have that, and this is why maybe I think this is good to listen to. Even though we have that, they'll go to a website where someone's, say, criticizing us, written by an anonymous person, somebody who's not even putting their name on it, and they're putting more weight on this dumb website by an anonymous person than the vetting of the government of the Netherlands.
But that's
saying we are not, who we say we are, not real, whatever.
Isn't that what the United States is going through right now?
Okay, if we were out to do something, like
you're
why
a
would
scammer.
how would we pass this? I'm not done. I'm going to actually give you some more.
This is interesting.
It starts there. And here's the security and technology vetting that they do. IT infrastructure security audits. Requirement: company must provide detailed documentation on their IT infrastructure, including how data is stored, encrypted and protected from cyber threats. Focus: server security, physical cloud server protection protocols, data encryption, both in transit and at rest, firewall intrusion detection system for continuous monitoring. By the way, we spend $50,000 a month protecting our websites. $50,000 a month protecting the website. Cybersecurity risk assessment. Requirement, comprehensive cyber risk management plan, outline potential vulnerabilities and strategies to mitigate them. Focus, penetrating testing, proof that external security audits, ethical hacking have been performed. Incident response plan, clear protocols for handling security breaches or data leaks. This is so that we can actually do the service. Just so that they allow us to do it, we have to go through this. 0-day vulnerability readiness, how the system adapts to emerging threats. AML and KYC system integration, anti-money laundering, and know your customer. Requirement, proof that the company uses automated AML systems capable of monitoring transactions for suspicious activity. Focus, real-time transaction monitoring, detect and flag irregularities, identity verification technology, biometric authentication, document scanning, etc. Compliance reporting automation to report suspicious activity instantly to DNB. Wow. Data protection and GDPR compliance. Requirement, full compliance with general data protection regulation, ensuring customer data is secure and privacy is maintained. Data encryption, personal data must be encrypted. Access control, role-based permissions to restrict sensitive information access. Data breach notification policy, procedures for reporting breaches within the required 72-hour window. Requirement if the company relies on blockchain technology or smart contracts, independent blockchain security audits must be conducted. Code vulnerability testing, immutable ledger validation, consensus mechanism security, disaster recovery business continuity plan. Requirement, well-documented plan outlining how the business will recover from system failures, cyber attacks, and natural disasters. Backup systems, redundancy protocols, testing. Final stage, regulatory penetration testing. Before issuing the license, regulators may conduct their own penetration tests and request third-party audit reports from certified cybersecurity firms, and any weakness found can delay the licensing process or even result in rejection until fixed.
And they're all going to use it.
Conclusion, security and technology vetting process is as rigorous as the financial vetting, if not more. Regulators understand that in crypto, the biggest risk of technological vulnerabilities that can lead to hacks, fraud, massive financial losses. Companies that fail to demonstrate robust security protocols, anti-money laundering, know your customer compliance, and IT resilience simply won't get licensed.
Oh, I don't believe that. I mean, the Google says you're a scammer and we're scammers, and that's just nonsense.
What company that is not real would even come close to passing something?
Impossible.
And the cost of this. Now, there's not a company that's ever gotten licensed like this that offers a business that people can participate in, share with others, and make money on. Nothing. In crypto, and I believe probably there never will be again, except for this. Why? Because it took 8 years and $60 million to get here.
And how many man hours?
Man hours, legal, IT, management, infrastructure, building stores. And someone's going to go to an anonymous website that they don't know this. They don't understand this. They don't understand it. Wow. Like the value that we have in our hands with this business. So, and you know, I don't know if people are going to sit through this, honestly, but they should.
Oh my goodness.
So now we are the only company in Europe that holds a gateway crypto point of sale license. We're the only ones. We are the only company in Europe. In Europe. Because we're dealing with Mika right now, and they're saying, yeah, you're the only ones that have that. We're also the only company in Europe to have the license to do the crypto to cash transaction. So we're 2 there's 4 licenses. The other one is custodial. Custodial is the wallets. It's where we keep the crypto. The wallets are not ours. It's Fireblocks. We're not doing that part because that part is the most, like, that's where the most cheating happens. That's where the FTX thing happens because they have access to the money. No,
We don't.
we don't. It's on purpose. Fireblocks does that. They are insured by Lloyd's of London. So when the money is with Miracle, it's actually with Fireblocks. So they have the license for that. Then we have the exchange license. That's the one where people can go onto our website and they can do the exchange. So coins going back and forth. So we have that, right? So we have all licenses that we need to do what we are doing. Because of that, when we went to Ingenico, Verifone, PAX, and we presented our company, they vetted us too, by the way, not as rigorous as the government, but they vetted us. And they said, yes, of course. I mean, you guys, the best we've seen so far. So they did contracts with us. They have devices already out there in stores all over the world. Those devices are being used for Visa, MasterCard, but they also have other capacity. They can do loyalty stuff on there. It's like an iPhone with apps, but this is a terminal, professional terminal for transaction with apps. So we are installed in 100 million machines. And all we got to do is go to those merchants and activate us. And when we activate us, and there's no one else now in Europe who has the license to even do it, let alone the tech or whatever. Might be some that have the
So there's no competition whatsoever
exactly
anywhere.
So
well, that's why it's so frustrating when you know Mike goes through all this. A lot of people probably have never heard it this way.
No,
Just
this is the
boom,
very
boom,
first
boom,
time
boom.
I heard it this way. My eyes just
So
went-
when somebody
my
comes
brain
up
just
to us,
opened up a little
when
bit
somebody
there.
comes to us and goes, you know, we found this
I saw somebody
on Google
on the internet, because there's a
I hear
internet,
the name.
anybody can write it. It's like a bathroom stall.
There's-
Someone writes in the bathroom stall that you are so and so.
There's bashers and
Anyone can do that.
critics, and I mean,
But
one-
if people understood this industry, the fact that this is better than showing a license. It's better than
I
us
know.
scanning a license with a signature saying,
Wow.
the fact that you can go now to Amsterdam, you can walk into that store, and you can give them cash and get Bitcoin, or the other way around.
Right.
The fact that you can do that is better than any document that we could ever show anybody.
exactly,
Right.
because there's no mistake. What
My
you can't do that without being
Try
licensed and
selling
regulated.
crypto from a store from Amsterdam
Yeah,
without
good
a
luck.
license.
Good luck.
See how long you can do that. So it's impossible, right? So that is 100% proof that whatever anyone's saying online negative about us is complete garbage. Complete garbage.
June, you are going to
So then we have 100 million accounts that we can literally call them and say, did you know that on your Ingenico machine, you can actually now accept crypto? Mr. McDonald's or, Dollar Store or Walmart.
Dollar
So
store
you
already
can-
went in there.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe not them, but I'm saying. Any
They were too late.
who has them, and there's chains, there's single stores, and we can now approach them and say, all you have to do is just fill out the form and get it set up. Then you can put, boom, on your window, we now accept over 200 coins.
Big lots authority.
Yeah, and
Too late
there's,
too.
and there's, you have PAX, Verifone, and Ingenico, NCR. We have 4 contracts, 100 million possible customers. There's no cost to them to turn us on, to activate us, and to do it. And the money goes right into the bank account, just like a Visa, MasterCard, no big deal. We have other services. But out of those 100 million, okay, so 2014, we had 10 million crypto users. 2024, we have over 500 million that have
Look at that
crypto.
growth.
that have crypto. That's 5,500% growth over a decade. In the next 5 years, is that number then 1.5 billion, 2 billion? At that point, those 100 million merchants, do you think a lot of them have figured out that they should have that service available?
Absolutely.
So a lot of them are going to start thinking to offer that service. And when they do, at that point, who are they going to go to when we are now the only company that's going to go aggressively after these accounts in Europe? Then we'll go into the United States. Through Bellator, we have the funds. So we're going to invest about $10 million in expanding our footprint. But if we do, in the next 5 years, 3 million accounts out of the 100, 3%, then our CPU nodes would generate $7,800 a year.
Per node.
They'll be worth $78,000 when they do that, and we're selling them for $1,200.
We have to buy some more.
But our target is 10% of that 100 million. We hit our 10% target. That node pays $27,000 a year. Now that's not going to happen in a year or two, but 5 to 10 years. So we're talking about, the young people that are looking and saying, how am I going to do, my life, whatever. So it's like, if you're in your 20s and you have one of these things.
And I know I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but we're going to film another video over the next day or so about what that means in our compensation plan.
Oh, well, yeah. If you're looking at the sharing this with others part, just owning it is powerful. 10%, then 27. That's $250,000 asset that person has for $1,200 that they buy now. But they're allowing it to grow and become that valuable in the next 5 to 10 years as the world changes how they spend and transact. From
so you're teaching the younger to say goodbye to Social Security right now.
Well,
we're teaching the younger to open up their mind.
Once you start,
Let me go ahead and get in here, guys. Look. Let me get in here. So basically, what they're saying is this, and they are being very modest. Okay, I want you all to understand this. As a trader now, who teaches forex, options, ETFs, the whole nine, who understand financial services. Okay, once again, I'm not a financial consultant though, so I can't tell you what to do or what to invest in, but I can share my story with you. They're talking probability. At that many machines with those nodes, 27,000 is low a year for one node, guys. But they're being modest because they can't say that because we can't seem as if no one can put numbers out. These are only projections because we just say, if we say 27,000 January 5th, as soon as January 5th coming, it don't happen. Everybody gonna be like, oh, they lied, so on and so forth, is what he's saying. Okay. But we know that wealth is accrued over time. And so think about it. If you can make that, then you can make much, much more. Or what I want you all to understand is, let's say you, for example, scenario, you get into one right now. The back office and everything they just explained is actually working. And it's on pennies right now because once again, they're already making transactions in the system. So for those of you who wonder how we getting paid right now, it's very low, but they're showing us that it works, guys. And so without going into all that detail about that, because I don't know if I can, so I'm not going to even touch that. Just know that every day, even hours, every time a transaction is happening somewhere with crypto, I get paid. And we get paid in our Phoenix token and Mirex token, okay? So they are accumulating. Now, we know when everything go up, there's many different ways to do it. All we're saying and all they're saying right now is, it's what I believe, this is my takeaway, is that Bellator is a real company that holds the correct licensings, okay, especially in Europe. And then we have Douglas Anderson and them working on the things for the United States. And that's why we're going public on the NASDAQ, the stock exchange, all right? And that's why you see this. That's why I wanted you all to hear this from them, okay? This is serious, ladies and gentlemen. It's major. It's not a game. It is once you know investments and you know how they work. So even with the scenario about compounding, that I love that example. That's how you recognize a rug pull because thousands of people can't make 100 million. They're gonna run out. But you know what they do is they play on people's greed, and that's how they get you. But listen to what he said: a one-time payment of $1,200 for one node could possibly, over the course of time, as it grows. Come on, y'all know the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. And so as it continues to grow, it's no different than you putting some money in the NASDAQ, putting some money in some ETFs, and you let it sit for some years. That's the same concept. But, but because of this company, because of the network marketing arm called Bellator, you're able to speed up the process. If you understand the power of team building and understand the skill set of sharing and presenting in a righteous way with integrity. You see? So notice, our product isn't people. Our product is technology, fintech. Okay? That's the difference. So guys, let me just say this, man. This is why we are so excited about what's going on here. I could end it right there. And I want you all to know that in order for a company to go live and be connected with these Veriphones and Ingenicos, he already told you the government vetted them. Those companies vetted them. You think Wall Street not going to vet them and see if they are doing what they say they're doing? And then you see it. Trust me when I tell y'all, I'm going to let you go after this. It's going to become a household name. You get in it now, or you get in it later, or you don't get in it at all. All I'm saying is, just like when Bitcoin first came out, we see where it is now. We see all of the meme coins. We see where they are now. Ladies and gentlemen, we always ask the question, if you could go back when Bitcoin first came out, would you invest? If you could go back when Facebook first came out, would you invest? When you go back with Amazon, would you invest? And many people, 9 times out of 10, say, yeah, I wish I could. Well, it appears that the opportunity has come back around for another type of investment that's going to do the very same thing. With that being said, this is Doc Favors, guys. Listen, I'm going to leave some links down in the description below. If you're interested, I can say this, that those CPU nodes, the founders, what we call them founder nodes, those of us who had the wherewithal to get in at this particular time, those nodes are going to go away. And they're going to go away very soon. I'm talking about within like the next week or two. They're going to be gone. Now, that don't mean we're not going to have something else, but you won't get those first movers advantages. So if you're someone who has eyes to see and ears to hear, then you take it, do your research, you know, and then if you see fit, one or two things, get back with the person who showed you this video, or if I happen to be that person, then look down in the description and get my link. It'll be the first link down there. Get yourself positioned, get you $1,200, get it to Bitcoin preferably, a good exchange though, one that moves kind of fast, and secure yourself and secure your future. Okay? That being said, Dr. Favor, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with any and everyone who's interested in it and want to hear some more news. And so now, once again, it's my second close. What I'm going to do is suggest the same thing to you all. Don't wait on favors. Go do your own due diligence. Go look up, watch the video several times, stop, pause it. Go look it up. Go look up the countries and look and see if documents like that's what it is. And then realize now that the greatest vetting is the fact that that store is in Amsterdam, opening, operating, and running with proficiency. That's all I needed to do, tell you the truth. I looked it up, see was the store real. Not only did I find the store real, I have business associates who actually flew over there and went and took pictures in front of it. Went to New York, saw the corporate office, went to Amsterdam, went to Cyprus. That was it for favors now. But once again, you and I are different. So do your due diligence. And I look forward to seeing you all. And also, for those of you all who are in Bellator, I see some of you all coming in already, getting your nose. When you get your nose, please politely come on here and drop a comment or leave a message so I can add you to our support group so that we can, get some things, because a lot of stuff I don't share out here, a lot of stuff I can't share. And that's just, sometimes you got to protect the brain. Okay. With that being said, you all, thanks so much for stopping by. And I look forward to working with you in the near future. Grace and peace.